Good morning, class. We'll start with some phonogram review. All right, your first phonogram is u, u, What are you going to write? Good. U, u, Say it while you write it. And put your finger under that phonogram, class. What is it? Good. U, u, This is our u, u, So if you didn't have that, write it 3 times. Our next one is sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. Class, I'll say the whole name. Say it with me. What are we going to write? Sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. Say it while you write it. Sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good. Sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. If you didn't have that, write it 3 times. Say it while you write it. All right, our next one is the of hurt. Class, what are you going to write? Good, the of hurt. Say it while you write it. Class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, the of hurt. This is our the of hurt. So again, if you didn't know that, pause the video, write it 3 times, saying it while you write it. If you do that, you're showing the virtue of integrity. All right, our next one is ya, I-E. Class, what are you going to write? Good, ya, I-E. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good, ya, I-E. This is our ya, I-E. So again, you know what to do if you didn't have that. Our next phonogram is E-A. What are you going to write? Good, E-A. Say it while you write it. All right, class, what did you just write? Good, E-A. All right, we'll do one more. We'll do the O of toe. What are you going to write, class? Good, the O of toe. Say it while you write it. Class, what did you just write? Good, the O of toe. This is our the O of toe. All right, let's go back and read all of the phonograms that we wrote so far. But I might go out of order, so make sure you're watching. Good. U, U, If you didn't get it, say it with me again. U, U, the of hurt. All right. E-A. If you didn't get that, say it with me again. E-A. Ya, I-E. All right, say that with me one more time. Ya, I-E. The O of toe. All right, now the most important thing to know about this is its sound. What sound does this make? Good, this says shh, but we want to know the rule that goes with it. It's not so important for reading, but for spelling, we want to make sure we don't use this at the wrong place. So listen and then say it with me. Shh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. Class, what is this? Good. Sh, used at the beginning of a word or the end of a syllable, but never the beginning of a syllable after the first one, except for the ending ship. All right, let's get ready for some new words. Stretch out your arms. Ooh, let's skip count by threes while we're stretching out our other arm. Are you ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. All right, keep doing that throughout the day. It's really going to help you with your multiplication of threes. All right. Our first word, let's see, I'm going to move this first word to the end because it's a tricky one. Let's start with a word that's not quite as hard. The word is still. What's the word? Good, still. The surface of the lake was very still. Still. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word still? Good, our sounds are s, t, I, o. All right, but wait, we're not finished yet. Class, we're going to use our floss rule at the end of still. What's our floss rule? All right. If you're not sure, listen. So don't start saying it, just listen carefully and then say it with me. Our floss rule is we often double F, L, or S after a single vowel at the end of a one-syllable word. Class, what's our floss rule? Say it with me. We often double F, L, or S after a single vowel at the end of a one-syllable word. All right, so if we use our floss rule in the word still, what are we going to do to the ol at the end of our word? Good, we're going to double it. All right, one more time. What are we going to write to spell still? Good. St, I, o, ol. Say the sounds till you write them. All right, class, if you're not finished, pause the video so you can finish. Put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. S, t, I, o, ol. All right, make sure your word looks like mine. Does this need a marking? How about this? How about this? I'm saying its first sound. How about this? This one? Now remember, we don't mark our floss rule. All right, so now we just need to read our word. Good, still. All right, our next word is upon. What's the word, class? Good, upon. I set my cup upon the table, but it got knocked off. Upon. All right, so how many syllables are in upon, class? Show me. Upon. I hope you're showing me this. There's 2 syllables. All right, upon is also a compound word. So we take our first word. What's the first word you hear in upon? It's up, right? And our second word, what's the second word you hear in upon? On, and we smash them together and it makes our new word upon. All right, so we know we've got 2 syllables and each of those is a word we already know how to spell. All right, so what are we going to write to spell up? Good, we're going to write a. All right, let's do the whole word all at once. So after up, we'll need our syllable break. What are we going to write to spell on? Good, ah, n. All right, don't forget your syllable break. What's the first syllable? Good, up. And the second one? On. Wonderful. Say the sounds till you write them, and don't forget your syllable break. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. Good. Syllable break. Excellent. All right, make sure yours looks like this. Now, before we go through the markings, class, both our syllables are the same kind of syllable. Remember, we talked about that last week, our two kinds of syllables. What kind of a syllable is this? Look what it ends with. Is that a vowel or consonant? Good, it's a consonant. So what kind of syllable is this? If you said closed, high five. All right. How about this syllable? What kind of syllable is this? Look, this also ends with a consonant, so it's also, good, a closed syllable. Do we need to mark anything, class? Nope. We kind of knew that when we said they were both closed syllables. All right, so let's just read our word. Good, upon. Up-on. All right, our next word is gentle. What's the word, class? Good, gentle. When I pick up my bunnies, I am very gentle with them. Gentle. All right, class, how many syllables are in gentle? Show me. Gentle. I hope we have this. All right, our first syllable is gen. Class, what's the first syllable? Good, gen. What sounds do we hear in the syllable gen? Good, in the syllable gen, our sounds are j, e, n. All right, but our j, we're going to use g, j. Class, which j do we use in gentle? Good, we use g, j. And class, what lets our g, j say j in gentle? We talked about this rule last week. A rule about when this can say its second sound. All right, I'll say it if you're not sure. So if you don't know, just listen the first time and then say it with me. G followed by E, I, or Y may say j. All right, class, what lets our g, j say j in the word gentle? G followed by E, I, or Y may say j. All right, good. So our first syllable, gen, what are we going to write? Good, j, e, n. And which j is it? Good, g, j. Say the sounds while you write that first syllable. All right, remember, make sure you have your syllable break after that first syllable. All right, class, our second syllable is toll. What's the second syllable? All right, I hope you said toll, just like I was saying, instead of adding in a sound. All right, because the sounds in that syllable are just toll. What sounds do we hear in the syllable toll? Good, our sounds are t, ol. Class, there's a problem with this syllable. Who can tell me the problem with this syllable? It's missing something. What's it missing? Every English syllable must have a vowel. All right, nice job if you said vowel. Remember, every English syllable must have a vowel. All right, if we have a syllable that doesn't have any vowel sounds in it, how do we fix it without adding in a new sound? We can add something at the end. What do we add? Good, we can add silent final ejab 4. Silent final ejab 4 is every English syllable must have a vowel. All right, so our second syllable in gentle is toll. What are the sounds, or what are we going to write? Good, t, ol. Silent final ejab 4. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, the first sound is j, but which j? Good, g, j. Good, e. Good syllable break. T, o. Good, silent final e. Job 4. All right, so make sure your word looks like this before we mark it, class. Let's our g, j, say j in this word. Say it with me. G followed by E, I, or Y may say j. All right, let's go through our markings, class. Does this need a marking? Nope, since there's a rule about it, we don't have to mark it. How about this one? Nope. This one? I hope you remembered it's silent and it's a job 4. So we're going to double underline it. We're often putting job 1. This one gets a little 4 next to it because it's our job 4. All right, class, let's read our word. Good, gentle. All right, our next word is a compound word. Our word is gentleman. Sorry, gentleman. Gentleman. Class, what's the word? Good, gentleman. I just wanted to make sure I was pronouncing it so you could hear it. We're just talking about one here, so gentleman. All right, so it's a compound word. We take our first word. Oh, what's the first word in gentleman? It's the word we just did, right? Gentle. And what's the second word in gentleman? They man, of course, and we smash them together to make our compound word, gentleman. How many syllables? Gentleman. I hope you're showing me this. Remember, we always divide a compound word between the two parts of the word, or between the two words. We know we had 2 syllables in the first word, and we have to have at least 1 in the second, man, just 1 syllable. All right, so we've got 3 syllables all together. All right, class, let's start by writing the first word. So we've got 2 syllables to write, gentle. So just tell me what we're going to write for gentle. Good, j, e, n for the first syllable, then. Good, t, o, silent final e, job 4. All right, so once more, our first syllable is what? Good, gen. And our second syllable? Good, tol. Don't forget your silent final e, job 4. And which j are we going to use? Good, g, j. All right, write that first word, gentle. And put your syllable break at the end. All right, class, our second word is man. All right, we'll review just in case. What are we going to write to spell man? Good, Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good, j. Which j? Good, g, j. E, n, t, o. Good, silent final e, job 4. Syllable break. Good, All right. I know this word seems pretty long, but we already knew how to write the first 2 syllables. All right, so make sure yours looks like mine. Let's go through the markings. Good. So we're going to double underline our silent final E job 4. Not yet. Remember, because we had a compound word, it's a silent final E, even though it's not at the end, because it's at the end of the first word in our compound word. Does this need a marking? No. All right, just that one. Pick up your pencil. All right, and let's read our word. Good, gentleman. Gentleman. All right, the next word is climb. What's the word? Good, climb. I will climb the ladder to change the light bulb. Climb. All right, climb is a two-way word. To spell it, we say climb. All right, listen one more time. Climb. All right, class, how do we say climb to spell it? Good, climb. All right. What sounds do we hear in the word climb? Good, our sounds are k, o, I, b. All right, so class, what do we always use for k unless I tell you to use something else? Very good, we always use k, s. All right, the other thing is this I is I, E. Class, what lets our I, E say I in the word climb? And wait, because at this point, if you were in real life, a lot of you would start saying things that can make our vowel say its name, but are not right. All right, for example, could we say this is saying its name because it's an open syllable? Say no. An open syllable means it's at the end of a syllable. Climb is just one syllable and it's in the middle, so it's not an open syllable. All right, class. Hopefully, now that we've gone through that, you're also not going to be saying silent final E job 1 because does our silent final E job 1 ever go over two separate consonant sounds? It sure doesn't. So for silent final E, we have to have just one consonant sound after the vowel for it to work. All right, so class, there's only one other way our I-E could say its name. What is that? All right, we just reviewed this a little bit yesterday. I and O may say I and O when followed by two consonants. All right, class, everyone tell me what lets our I-E say I in the word climb? Good, say it with me one more time. I and O may say I and O when followed by two consonants. All right, one more time, what are we gonna write to spell climb? Good. K, O, I, B. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram. In that word, what is it? Good. K, O, I, B. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. Class, one more time. Let's all say together, how is our I-E able to say I in this word? I and O may say I and O when followed by two consonants. All right, great. Let's mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this? How about this? Isn't this saying its name? What do we do to any vowel that says its name? Good, we underline it. Does this need a marking? How about this one? Wait, in our word, this is silent. What do we do to any silent letter? Good, we double underline it. So pick up your pencil. Because when we're saying this word, we just say those sounds. That's why we have to say climb to spell it. All right, let's read our word. Good, climb is how we have to say that to spell it. All right, gosh, sorry, this video is a little long. We've got one more word, and this word is kind of a stinker. The word is picture. What's the word? Good, picture. My friend sent me a picture of her dog. Picture. All right, picture. I like to think about nature and the way we said that to spell it, because we've got the same thing. So to spell picture, we're going to say picture. All right, listen one more time. Picture. All right, class, how do we say picture to spell it? Good, picture. All right, how many syllables are in picture? I hope you're showing me this. All right, the first syllable's easy. Let's do that. Well, we always do the first syllable first, but first one is no problem. It's pick. Class, what sounds do we hear in the syllable pick? Good, our sounds are p, e, k. All right, we just reviewed which k we always use, unless I tell you to use something and I didn't. So you know what k to use. Write the sounds in pick, say them while you write them. All right, class, our second syllable is tour. So listen one more time, tour. What's the second syllable? Good, tour. All right, what sounds do you hear in the syllable tour? All right, I know these ones, it's kind of tricky to hear, so listen carefully. I'll say make sure you were saying these sounds. It's t, you, r. All right, one more sounds. What are the, listen to the syllable first. What are the sounds in the syllable tour? T, you, r. Excellent. T, you, r. All right. But wait, this you is a you, oo, or. How are we going to make it say you? All right, I'm hoping we saw that there was a consonant sound after it, so we knew it wasn't an open syllable. The only other way that this vowel can say its name is good, with a silent final E, job 1. All right, so for that last syllable, tour, what are we going to write? Good, t, you, silent final E, job 1. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. P, e, k. Syllable break. T, good. You, r. Good, silent final E, job 1. All right, so make sure yours looks like mine. All right, does this need a marking? This one? This one? Class, what kind of syllable is this? Excellent, it's a closed syllable because it ends with a consonant. Does this need a marking? How about this one? It's saying you, it's saying its name. What do we need to do? Good, underline it. How about this one? It's part of our silent final E job 1 team. It needs to be underlined. How about this one? Good, we're gonna double underline our silent final E job 1. So go ahead and pick up your pencil. All right, but this one was a two-way word. And in fact, it's a two-way word in two different ways. So we're gonna need two thinking caps. All right, so I'll say it a few times. Let's see if anything changes in the first syllable. So we say picture, when we're talking picture, we say picture to spell it. So picture, picture. Did anything in this syllable change? It sure didn't. All right, that means we've got two things that change in the second syllable. So we say chur for the syllable when we're talking. We say tour to spell it. So chur, tour. All right, class, what is the first thing that's going to get a thinking cap? I hope you're telling me it's this. Like in nature, we talked about sometimes this U, if it comes after a T, a D, or an S, it kind of distorts that sound. So just like in nature, it makes the T say ch. So we're going to put a thinking cap on top of that one. All right, so picture, picture. All right. Class, what's the, so listen, picture is how we say it. Picture is how we say it to spell it. You know what I hear that's different in that last syllable? I hear an Don't you think you hear an picture? But to spell it correctly, so we remember this, we have to say picture. So we're actually going to put a thinking cap that goes on top of both of those because we hear it like the of hurt, but it's actually you-er. All right, so this one more time. How do we say it to, oh wait, we better, I forgot to have us read it. Okay, and we're gonna read it just the way it's on the board, ignoring those thinking caps first, so. Good, picture. Of course, to when we're talking, what do we say? Good, picture. All right, class, I will see you in another video. We'll practice these words again.